Hello and welcome back to Low Def Media. I am Mike, and today got a very short but very relevant comparison for you today. Today I'm using an older iPad. This is an iPad Pro that I purchased, probably around 2017. And so I am currently using the rear-facing camera. Shoots about 4K, 30 frames a second. It is the older sensor, so it's not new technology, but it is 4K. And today, the purpose of our comparison is to compare this 4K image when uploaded to YouTube at 1080 against the front-facing camera, which I won't tell you what it shoots until the end. I want you to compare the two images and tell me what you think. I'm also going to throw in a little wild card. It's another camera that shoots 1080p, and so I want to compare that image because it's a camcorder, and so it's not really known for the best video quality, and so I want to compare that against this 4K and against the front-facing camera to find out which one is even noticeably different. Now, you've seen a lot of YouTube videos that compare 4K footage against 1080p footage and whether or not you can tell because of the way it's compressed on YouTube. Well, I've always heard that the front-facing camera is by far less desirable, lower quality, than the one on the back. And you always want to shoot, even with your cell phone, you always want to shoot with the rear-facing camera just because it's the best lens. But today we're going to find out if you can even tell the difference. So again, this is the rear-facing camera on my iPad Pro, 4K, 30 frames a second, using the Winner wireless lapel mic just for a little better audio. And let's get to it. Okay, now we're using the front-facing camera on the iPad Pro. Not going to tell you what the resolution is, but we're in the same setup. I've got natural light coming in there, still have the same Winner lapel microphone. The only difference is the camera. So this is the front-facing camera on the iPad Pro prior to 2018 when they changed it to the improved rear-facing and front-facing cameras. So to be honest, I don't even know what version this is. I just know that it's probably 4 or 5 years old. Let's see, 2017, yep, about 5 years old. So if you know the resolution, go ahead and put it in the comments below. Now, let's throw in a couple wild cards. I said I would throw in one that shoots 1080. We're going to get to that, but we're also going to use my Kindle Fire. And the rear-facing camera on that device shoots 720. And if you're a follower of the show, you know I've used that a couple times before, and it's not a bad image. So let's stack that up against what we've already seen. And again, see if there are noticeable differences between 4K, 720, and whatever this is. Okay, now we're using the Kindle Fire 10 11th generation. Now we don't have the pleasure of the Winner lapel mic because it is only designed for the Apple products because of the connector. Even if I had the USB-C version, it wouldn't work in this device. So we're using the inboard microphone. The audio really isn't the point today, it's the video. Now, if you're a fan, again, of the station, it's in radio, this channel, then you know that this camera, this device, uses 720p 30 frames a second. Now, normally, you would never shoot in 720 unless you're trying to hit one of those really high frame rates like 120, 240. If you're trying to get some real slow motion images, some cameras, if you want to use 240 frames per second, you're going to have to really, the resolution is going to have to go down to about 720. But here, this is the only resolution that is offered in the Kindle Fire. So we're going to compare this to the front-facing camera of the iPad Pro and the 4K image of the rear-facing camera. Now, let's throw in a 1080p resolution camera and see how they all stack up. Okay, now we're using a Sony camcorder that shoots 1080p, 60 frames a second. Don't have any external mics hooked up. This is all coming from the internal microphone, and in this office slash studio, that's gonna probably be pretty echoey, but it's the best we can do. But again, it's not the audio that we're worried about. We're really trying to focus on the video. Now this is a 1080 image, and we're gonna compare this to the 720p image from the Kindle Fire against the 4K image from the iPad's rear-facing camera. And then we're gonna also compare it against the mystery resolution of the iPad's front-facing camera. So all of this combined, what we're really trying to uncover is, does resolution really matter when using YouTube? I will contend that it's hard to tell the difference between a 4K image and a 1080 image, but we'll be able to tell the difference between a 4K image and a 720 image, or 720 and 1080. So when I edit this video, I'm gonna put it all together and I'm gonna upload it in 1080p so that everybody's on the same playing field. And I want you to let me know in the comments below if you noticed any differences, because there might be more than one. And let me know in the comments below. Don't worry about the audio, let's just focus on the video. And so the purpose of doing this is to let you know that you don't have to get all spun up about resolution. If all you have is a device that shoots 720, use it. If you have a device that shoots 4K, use it, but make sure you have a computer, a MacBook, something that can process those 4K images. Also, memory, because 4K takes up a lot of memory. So just keep those in mind. But for now, let me know about these images in the comments below. And from Low Def Media, we'll see you in the next one.